So, hi. First of all, thank you so much for accepting my interview, and I'm really curious to take on a journey with you to a musical journey, and I want to know about your life and how you became a musician and a flutist. So, tell me a few things about you. First of all, how did you find this path?
Yeah, so basically, thank you so much for having me, first of all.
I'm on it.
I'm happy to be here. So the thing is, I started at a very young age to
Mm-hmm,
play
mm-hmm,
the drums.
mm-hmm,
So this is when I was about 8 years old. I started to play the drums in the local, school.
mm-hmm.
And it's called like a music school we have in Sweden. I grew up in Sweden.
Beautiful.
And I started at a very young age and starting learning the drums
Mm-hmm,
and studied for my whole youth, let's say,
mm-hmm.
and also performing since very young age and
Wow, wow.
playing the drums professionally in the last few years before finding or I should say before the bouncery found me, maybe I should put
Ah,
it
that's
that way.
beautiful. That's beautiful. The way to say that. Basri found you. Yeah, really. Sometimes music chose us. That's a truth. Yes, truly. And
Yeah,
how did you change to drums to flute? What
yeah.
drove you in that path?
So the thing is, many people might think that it's a big jump, but
Mm-hmm.
also it's music.
Uh-huh.
So we need a sense of rhythm, whatever instrument we
Exactly,
play, or
exactly.
even as a vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
So rhythm is always there. So the jump is not as big as one may think,
Mm.
but of course, with the instrument, I have to start from zero.
Mm-hmm.
In regards of blowing and
Yes.
fingering and everything, it's from zero, like a new instrument.
I
But
believe that,
musicality,
yes, true.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah, you go ahead.
So musicality and rhythm and sense of phrases, improvisation, which is a big part of Hindustani classical music,
True.
and also a big part of jazz, which I
Hmm.
was playing before
Wow.
on the drums. Yeah,
So, what made you interested in classical music, especially Indian classical music?
yeah. It's a funny story because actually I was pretty clear when I started with the bouncery
Mm-hmm.
that I would not play classical music, Indian classical music, because the little I knew was that it was very huge subject
Mm-hmm.
and too much, too difficult, all that. So actually, I was kind of I fell in love with the instrument. So let me tell you the story. Maybe it's interesting for the. So basically, I was in India for the first time, and it was a project. I was going to teach improvisation on percussion,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in this music store,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw this very very simple piece of bamboo on the shelf, nicely
Mm-hmm.
put, different sizes and nice color binding and stuff. So I approached the instrument, I picked it up, and then somebody approached me to say because I tried something, but can take some time. It's not immediate as other instrument. If
Mm-hmm.
you have a drum, you hit it, you have the sound, right?
Yes,
If you have a guitar, you hit the string, a sound will come. At least the sound will come.
yes,
But with
yes.
this instrument, it's not like that.
Indeed.
So he saw me struggling, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and he approached me, and he said, "Do you want me to show you? I know how to play a bit." And I said, "Yes, sure, okay." And then he showed me, and I just got a little bit sound, and I get so curious. But then again, it's gone. I struggle a little bit in the music shop. I say, I buy this instrument. It's so light. It's so simple, easy. I can just put it in my pocket basically. So I take it, and from there I walked out of the shop trying, and since then
Yes.
basically I just kept playing, and I was I had this idea. I remember that classical music because I saw somebody playing the violin or something with the tabla, with
Mm-hmm.
the very sounds very difficult and a lot of. It's not easy to just approach, but so I said I will play some maybe folk melody. I listened a little bit. It's nice, and anyway, the instrument really uh, spellbound me. Let's say
Wow. Like it,
so.
like it touched your soul. Yeah, I can totally feel that. Wow.
It,
Beautiful.
it, 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 it did, and then I was looking naturally after a few months with trying and figuring some things out. Naturally, I was looking for a teacher,
Wow.
and that was Indian classical music
Mm-hmm.
teachers, because it's the natural path if you want to learn an Indian instrument. The
Mm.
Indian classical music is like the foundation of so many things.
Yes, indeed.
So then you can do whatever, but still it's the base.
Exactly. Basics. Yes.
So
Wow.
that's
Beautiful,
about.
beautiful story. I really, really loved it and enjoyed it. And even I believe that in most instruments, the flute is called very difficult and as well as very soul touching instrument, because here we can depict the flute in physical form and also in a spiritual form, as you know, as all Indians believe that Lord Krishna used to enchant everyone with his flutes, with his melodies, and it's uh, it has a very deeper meaning in it, as the flute has holes in it, and so it means when you connect to the void and when you connect to the divine through the flute. So it has been a beautiful spiritual story behind Lord Krishna playing flute. And when you play some ragas, the people might feel, even you feel while playing that, a longing for the divine love, a longing for something greater. So that might intrigue everyone towards flute. So even it's an ancient instrument, in since thousands of years, it has a story, and it stated very like a Indus civilization. To even if we see the world history, it is way back then, maybe 30,000 years ago, and it also mentioned in Rig Veda in ancient India. So it has a lot of history. So when I just saw your videos, even this afternoon, I was listening to your music constantly, because I'm feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. So I wanted to just tune in and just be that, just be and be happy. Then I tuned to your music, and then I felt really relaxed. That's beautiful.
I'm
That's
I'm
really,
very happy to hear that because
yes,
yeah,
it
music
really
can
is.
music can be have that role.
Of course, yeah.
I think everybody experienced it in some way.
Of course, they will. And I also want to know, how do you feel inside while playing the flute every time, maybe in a concert, or maybe for you, or maybe for the audience? How do you feel inside?
Yeah, it's for sure also a spiritual journey, I would say,
Mm.
because also the breath is affecting us physically and mentally, and
Exactly.
if you go to some therapy,
Mm.
they will they can link your breathing patterns with your
Mm.
emotional state, and so it affects me, and I think that I felt that profoundly in the beginning, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to keep on doing.
Beautiful.
So I think actually because I enjoyed so much to practice also.
Wow.
So I enjoyed so much to practice, and I get this, I don't know, specific feeling, but maybe peaceful. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
you can say peaceful. And I felt that affected me and also my life in general. So the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, it's the breath, as we mentioned.
Mm.
It's also the tempura, the sur, the focus on pitch,
Mm.
the perfect sa, the perfect
Yes,
sur
yes, yes.
we're trying to achieve, and we have to all the time, you know, connect
Mm.
with that sound. And
Yes,
sound is abstract, sound is something before words,
it's true.
something before
Came before, yeah.
meaning even, is before logical thought, so with sound, I think we can go quite deep.
Indeed, indeed. It's beautiful. Yes, true. Metaphorically, it's indeed the sound first came. Before that, all those material things manifest around you. That's true, true. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful concept. Indeed.
But that's incorporated in your culture, not so much in my culture.
Yes, yes, yes. In quantum physics, maybe nowadays I can see the ancient Indian culture is now being everywhere, and everywhere everyone is understanding now what it is than before. Maybe just 20 years back, everyone struggled to understand what the ancient Indian culture is. Maybe everyone thought it's just a religion, somewhat like that. But now it's understanding that it's a way of a daily life and it's a way of living. And yeah, I believe that. I don't believe in religions and all of that stuff, but I believe in living life, music. It's all about that. Even I usually discuss these a lot with my brother. Actually, he's a filmmaker. He's now working as an assistant director here in India. And actually, because of him, his name is Vishwanath. Then because of him, I got interest in flute, because he used to buy a lot of flutes. You can see there, it's all his flutes. But he didn't get to learn since childhood, because we are from a village. But now he took a filmmaking path as well. But in future, he will definitely give it a try, because he loves flute. Because of him, I got the interest on flute, and we used to like play a flute. Even we don't know anything about flute, then we should like that. Nothing came from that sound. But when it came, it felt like, oh my god, this is a very powerful instrument. And I really wonder, how do you practice? Do you practice any breath work, any breath techniques to hold long breaths while playing the flute?
Yeah, it has been on and off, but it's definitely it's a good routine when you play the flute to have some kind of breath work, pranayam, these kind of
Yes,
exercises.
yes.
It will affect. Like, I have done a lot of exercises in the morning, especially, and then also you can have like the proof of how much and how strongly it can affect you, and you can understand that while playing the flute, we are doing some kind of pranayam breath work actually.
Exactly. Yes.
In this case, like, generally, to breathe through your nose is what is most is best for our health in general life.
True.
When we play flute and play phrases, as a vocalist, you also know we don't have time to stop and breathe.
Exactly. We have a pattern. Until then, we have to hold that. Yes.
And we have to, in between, we have to take some quick breath through the
Yes,
mouth,
yes,
just
yes.
to fill our lungs.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
for example, but in the morning, when playing sa, I don't have to be quick between the phrases, for example, because it's not a performance, anything. So I can breathe slowly through my nose, and I try to prolong and prolong, and I breathe through my nose and I breathe out. Just like, I'm sure there is some exercise where you breathe slowly through your nose and then you kind of, I don't know, you breathe slowly out anyway. The thing is, when we breathe slowly out, that's the power, because it calms the nerve system, it expands the blood vessels and all that. You feel relaxed.
Yes,
because people are breathing like very much up, and so it's like you will do it even if you don't do any pranayama breath work. You will do while playing. If you do correctly, of course somebody can do little bit strange, but if you have guidance and you do correctly and you open your diaphragm, you open your rib cage, and if you're breathing playing like this, then it's not good.
Short, yes. I can see that. True.
So we are doing, I think it's a very good idea. If you are a vocalist of flute, you're using, even for everybody, it's very good.
Yes,
to
true.
do pranayam breath work especially in the morning. You wake up, you start the system, or maybe before going to bed also is good. But it's to balance everything. But when we play the flute or when we sing, we automatically we have to get into it,
Mhm.
because you cannot be a good singer or flutist if you don't have a awareness of your breath, because the
Exactly.
breath is what's, you know, is playing
Yes.
basically. The
Yes.
air is playing the flute.
Yes. Even when I get nervous or anxious, I just tell myself to breathe deeper, because it's breath. Everything is breath. It's controlling the breath even while singing or even playing flute. And yes, I really uh, feel that even when we take long breaths, and like if we if we play flute, like we if we take short breaths, it will cut it off like that. Even playing the flute, it's a total amazing thing. Yes, yes, I totally get it.
You're right, everybody knows, like when you are stressed, breathe slowly, breathe deeply, because it comes short and it comes high.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
the tendency. So we want to, so then we try to minimize the, of course we end up in stressful situations, but if we have that awareness, we can come back,
Yes, yes,
we know, and then you see the stress might be here but it affects here, but
yes,
if you control here, it affects here. So you don't have to control here to be relaxed, you control from here, you become relaxed, so you be less stressed, but you take from the other way. Does it make sense? Do you understand
yes.
the
I totally
point?
got it.
Yeah. So
Yes.
it's a powerful tool, let's say.
And then, how do you approach learning new pieces? You know, it will be challenging to learn new ragas every time. So, how do you approach that? How do you see that?
I'm learning right now from a wonderful vocalist, Sangborti Das,
Mm-hmm.
in Kolkata, and she is. I think it's very interesting process now to learn from a vocalist when playing flute,
Mm-hmm.
because in flute we have kind of we have the possibility to play more towards vocal style, and we have the possibility to play more towards the instrumental style, because we can play or we can play we can very sharp play,
Mm.
or we can play very softly, we can play very
Mm-hmm.
harsh, we can
Mm-hmm.
play, so we can take inspiration from also instrument and also
Mm.
vocal style.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, how approach to learn a new rag is only by guidance. That's the only
Mm.
way,
That's
because
beautiful.
because Indian classical music is not, you cannot take the paper, read sometimes and
Exactly. It's like an ocean, I think. We need
yeah.
guidance. And I would love to hear a beautiful raga of yours. Which is your favorite raga to play every time?
Now a lot I've been playing Kirvani. I've been playing a lot
Beautiful,
lately.
beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. It really
Okay, Vani.
touched
It,
the depth in my mind, and I felt like, okay, I'm doing meditation right now. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Wow.
that's
Wow.
good. In the end, I think it's very, I appreciate those kinds of words because I believe it can have that effect, and
It really has
it's
that.
wonderful. It's wonderful to hear.
Yes,
Yeah.
truly. And yeah, I see that you're teaching students really well, and you also teach online, right? You also take online classes for students.
Huh.
So yeah,
I
I
do.
truly recommend you to all my friends and who are watching this interview. They will definitely come to you to learn from you. So you are a great teacher. I can see that because you have knowledge as well, not only music, but you have that background knowledge as well. That's really a rare thing in a musician to research a lot about their craft.
It's important, and I like to teach. It's
Mhm.
fun. It's in the end everyone is we want to be able to express more on the flute,
Mhm.
and everyone is striving. It doesn't matter your level. If you are a complete beginner,
Mhm.
you want you have your strive
Mhm.
for the small things. We take the small steps. I have my you know strive to be able to express freely on the flute, and everybody is on different levels, but we are on the same path.
Yes, truly, truly. We are all
We
learning
are.
creative things in music to connect with that divine thing and the higher intelligence. Yes, truly. And
Uh-huh.
music helps a lot. I see God in music, truly. Yeah.
And music is we can just bow and see that it's completely infinite.
Yes, truly.
Space, like you said, ocean. It's like an ocean.
Yes,
So
yes,
if we can have a drop of knowledge, we will be very fulfilled.
yes, yes, truly. There is a sloka in Sanskrit, maybe Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudashyati Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyati. It means the in the wholeness, the little wholeness came, and from that little wholeness, a little wholeness came. Everything is whole, even it's a drop, even it's a till drop. So
Uh-huh.
that's my favorite sloka. Yes, and I really, really had great time interviewing you. Oh my God, this is one of the best interviews I have ever had with a musician. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so much, my friend.
I enjoyed a lot also,
Thank
actually.
you. Thanks. I'm looking forward to meeting you if you come to India very soon. And
Yeah,
yeah, I'm glad that time will come.
sure.
Yeah, of
Should I
course.
play something for the
Of
outro?
course. Of course.
It feels good to end because we touched upon
Mm.
the music as abstract before words. We talk a lot, but let's finish with the music. What do you
Sure.
say?
I would love that. Wow, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you for
It's great.
having me.
It's great. Thank
I
you so
enjoyed
much.
a lot.
Thank you so much. Me too, me too. I'll never forget this time. See you soon.
See you.
Yeah.